you pray inside here, it is as if you have prayed inside the Kaaba. And when did this change happen? During remember when Rasulullah placed the black stone in its place before his prophethood? At that time, the people of Mecca made the Kaaba smaller because they didn't have enough halal money. So the Kaaba used to be longer, and when they raised the money, they didn't have enough money, and this place is called Al-Hatim. And we have many Sahih Hadith where our mother Aisha during the Fath of Mecca comes to Rasulullah and Rasulullah says, I prayed inside the Kaaba. She says, I would like to pray inside the Kaaba too. He said, I gave the key back to that tribe. She said, then he said to her, go and pray in Al-Hatim, and you know the story of how they reduced the size. So Rasulullah says categorically, this is part of the Kaaba. And during the time of Abdullah ibn Zubayr, the companion, the Sahaba dug out the original foundation of the Kaaba, and these were measured, and these were recorded in Imam al-Azraqi's book of Tariq Makkah. He says exactly the dimensions, and he gives the dimension of each of the walls separately. So, if you look at that image on the left, the Kaaba would have looked like this. What does that look like? Not a square. What would that look like? Like a rectangle, but for it to be a rectangle, again, there's a few conditions. It's not a perfect rectangle, it's an irregular rectangle. This is what the Kaaba would have looked like, the plan of the Kaaba when Ibrahim ﷺ would have looked at it. And Rasulullah ﷺ says in a Sahih Hadith, he says to Aisha, لَوْلَا أَنَّ قَوْمَكِ حَدِيثُ وَعَهْدٍ بِكُفْرٍ. If your people were not new to Islam, I would knock down the Kaaba and build it on the foundations of Ibrahim ﷺ. And I will bring down the door, because the people of Mecca raised the door of the Kaaba so only the VIPs can enter, like we do today. I will bring down the door and make two doors, one in the east and one in the west, and people will enter from one and leave from the other. This was how Ibrahim ﷺ had initially built the Kaaba, and when Ibrahim ﷺ built the Kaaba, he built it with no roof. The roof, there was no roof for the Kaaba, and the people of Mecca put the roof and then they put the silk cloth over it. Why? In order to protect their treasures that they were putting inside and their idols within the Kaaba. Go back to Al-Masjid. The shape, we said Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa is not this building or that building, is everything within, you can see in color in this picture. What is the shape of this building? The shape of this masjid? It looks like a rectangle, doesn't it, Ibrahim? It looks like a rectangle. And let's look at an aerial view of Masjid Al-Aqsa. Sorry, I went too fast. It does look like a rectangle, doesn't it? The green. And Masjid Al-Aqsa is everything in green. Go on, Jack. Okay, let's look at that. For it to be a rectangle, it's not a perfect rectangle because every wall in the Masjid Al-Aqsa has a different dimension. This is as it is today. The southern wall is 281 meters, the northern wall is 311 meters. The western wall, where Al-Buraq wall is 488 meters, and the eastern wall is 466 meters. Why is this shape so different? When the people made this building, they made it into a perfect rectangle, didn't they? This building is a perfect rectangle. When all the mosques today are being built, they're built in a particular way. Why is the Masjid Al-Haram, the Kaaba, and the Masjid Al-Aqsa built in a strange way? There must be a hikmah behind it. Let's see. And this was done by Dr. Haytham Rashoud, who is an architect, the head of architecture at the University of Nantes. Now we're comparing between the proportions of the Kaaba and Al-Aqsa. This is now 10 meters, or 11 meters, and this is 288 meters. So we're just comparing between the ratios. And we're looking at this, and if you look at this, the Kaaba and Al-Aqsa, in terms of proportion, match exactly. Not only that, the angles that you have in Al-Kaaba and the angles you have between the walls of Al-Aqsa are exactly identical. So whoever built one of these buildings must have copied it from the other. But which one comes first in terms here of architecture and archaeology? The Kaaba or Al-Aqsa? Why is it the Kaaba? Because the Masjid Al-Aqsa in its original foundations, before even Muhammad was born, before Isa alayhi salam was born, is facing naturally towards the Kaaba. Not only that, all the buildings in the old city are facing north-south axis, the Roman period, except for Masjid Al-Aqsa. It is the only building in the city which is off that axis and facing exactly towards the Kaaba. Which means in terms of architecture that the person that built the Masjid Al-Aqsa must have copied the design from the Kaaba and made it at a bigger scale. Do we have evidence of this in hadith? We have hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Abu Dharr al-Ghafari came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and he said, Ya Rasulullah, what is the first mosque built on earth? Rasulullah said the Kaaba. He said, what is the second mosque on earth? He said, Al-Aqsa. He said, how long was between them? He said, only 40 years. Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, Sharh al-Bari, on this hadith, he says, this building refers to the building of Adam alayhi salam of the Kaaba and not of Ibrahim. Allah will not leave the world for thousands of years without the Masjid. And Allah says in Surah Al-Imran, Inna awwala bayt, the first building for worship was the Kaaba. From the time of Adam alayhi salam, we come at the same time, within 40 years after building the Kaaba, Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa was built. You see, when we say the second Masjid, it has a lot of meaning. This is the second center of monotheism on earth after the Kaaba. And the prophets will go to Al-Masjid Al-Haram and they will go also to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. They will visit them. Ibrahim alayhi salam lived in very close proximity of Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa and the city of Al-Khalil. As most of the Mufassirin mentioned, that Ibrahim alayhi salam came from Babel in Iraq and he migrated to, as Allah says in the Quran, الْأَرْضِ الَّتِي بَارَكْنَا فِيهَا الْعَالَمِينَ. They said he was within the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. This is Ibrahim alayhi salam. Our Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, the best place to migrate to at the end of time is the same migration place of Ibrahim alayhi salam, which is this blessed land. This is a place, and this is mentioned, this hadith is mentioned in Bukhari. This is what it means for it to be the second masjid. But many prophets, when we say the second masjid, it means it has a connection with prophets. Which prophets were connected to this place? How many prophets are mentioned in the Quran? Who can give me an answer? How many mentioned in the Quran? Go on. 25. Very good, Yusuf. 25 prophets are mentioned in the Quran. A third of the Quran is stories of prophets. 25 of them, Allah mentions by name. These 25, the majority of them, their stories are related to this land. And we will give you examples. Let's start with the last prophet before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who was he? Isa alayhi salam. Isa alayhi salam, where was he born? Where was he born? You know this from school. You know the Christmas story and all this stuff. Where was he born? They tell you, Bethlehem. Bethlehem is where? When you, in the land of Bayt al-Maqdis, the Mufassirin, Muqatil bin Sulaiman, Ibn Abbas, all of them, when they mention, they don't say Bethlehem. They say he was born in the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. And the word Bayt al-Maqdis is the term Rasulullah would use when he would refer to this land. He will not say Palestine, he will not say the West Bank, he will not say Jerusalem. Rasulullah, the term, all the hadith is one term, Bayt al-Maqdis. So in reviving the sunnah of Rasulullah, let's use the same word Rasulullah used. So where was Isa alayhi salam born? In the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. Say it, Yusuf. Say it, Ibrahim. Bayt al-Maqdis. Ja'far, say it. Bayt al-Maqdis. Go on. Bayt al-Maqdis. Bayt al-Maqdis refers to this place. Where did he live? Isa alayhi salam? In the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. Where did he die? In the land of Bayt al-Maqdis? Did he die there? Yes? Come on, that was a trick question. Did Isa alayhi salam die on the cross? No. What happened? Yes, very good. Speak up louder. He was taken to Jannah. He was raised to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as Allah says it in the Quran. بَلْ رَفَعَهُ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ. Very clear. And he was raised from the land of Bayt al-Maqdis to the heavens. And Rasulullah continues the story of Isa alayhi salam. He says, and he will come back to Masjid al-Aqsa. He will come back to this earth. And he will pray inside the Masjid al-Aqsa. If you live long enough, Ibrahim, or Yusuf, or Ja'far, or Suhaib, if you live long enough, you might be able to see Isa alayhi salam praying inside the Masjid al-Aqsa and be amongst the companions of the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rasulullah says also, he will kill the Dajjal in the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. And Rasulullah specifies exactly when he will kill the Dajjal. So the story of Isa alayhi salam hasn't finished. It still has a few more chapters to go. The mother of Isa alayhi salam, she was born in Bayt al-Maqdis. She used to worship Allah in the house in Bayt al-Maqdis, inside the Masjid al-Aqsa. And Zakaria alayhi salam will come to her. The Quran tells us with rizq, with food. And she's in a room locked up. And he goes into the room, and the room is filled with sustenance from Allah. And Zakaria will say to her, Ya Maryam, anna laki hada. Where did this come from? What does she respond? Huwa min indi wa min indillah. Yarzuqu man yasha'u bighayri hisab. It is from Allah. Allah gives whomever He wishes without accounting for it. There and then, Zakaria alayhi salam raises his hands and he says, Ya Allah, give me a righteous son. There and then, inside the Masjid al-Aqsa, Zakaria raises his hands and prays to Allah for a righteous son. Do you think Allah will give him right? He's an old man. His wife cannot bear children. Will Allah give him a son? Who was he? The son of Zakaria alayhi salam. Yes. Yahya alayhi salam. Zakaria goes back to his mihrab, as Allah says. He's standing praying in his mihrab, and the angels come, giving him the glad tidings of who? Of Yahya. And he says, how can I have a child and an old man? And my wife cannot bear children. They said, you need a dua. And Allah accepted. And Allah will give, if Allah wishes it, He will just say be, and it is. And Allah gave him that glad tidings while he was inside the Masjid al-Aqsa. And Zakaria grows up to be a prophet. And he preaches inside the Masjid al-Aqsa, as in the hadith. He gathers the people inside the Masjid al-Aqsa until they are overflowing to the terraces. In a narration of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he tells the people to believe in Allah and one Allah, and he goes on to various different things. If we go through Dawood and Musa, Harun and Yusuf alayhi salam, where was he born? In the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. Ismail alayhi salam, where was he born? In the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. And then his father took him to Mecca. After he was born there. Yusuf alayhi salam, after he was born, his brother threw him in the well, and they took him by caravan to Egypt. His last will, when he died, and again this is mentioned in the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was for his body to be taken to the land of Bayt al-Maqdis and to be buried there. Musa alayhi salam, he took Bani Israel to Bayt al-Maqdis, and they said, we will not enter. Go with your Allah and fight, we will wait here. Musa alayhi salam, before his death, and this is again a sahih narration in both Bukhari and Muslim, and it's mentioned in many books of hadith, he has one wish before he dies, Musa alayhi salam, is to be able to see, to be as close to the Holy Land, to the land of Bayt al-Maqdis, as a stone throw away. What does that mean? If you throw a stone, how far does it go? Not too far. He wants to be that close to the land of Bayt al-Maqdis when he is dead. You see how these prophets were connected to this land? And the Quran is connecting the Sahaba to this land through the stories of the Prophet. Imagine Umar ibn Khattab standing up in Salah. And in his Qiyam al-Layl, he's reading Surah Maryam. What is he reading? How Allah gave the glad tidings to Yahya, of Yahya to Zakaria alayhi salam. How Maryam conceived Isa alayhi salam. All these miraculous stories are happening there. When we stand up and pray in Taraweeh, maybe we're not concentrating on the meaning, but do you think the Sahaba were concentrating or not? Their Arabic was flawless. They would understand everything that was being said, and they're following everything in the verses that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. So imagine now the Sahaba are connected spiritually through the Qibla, religiously through the stories of the Prophets. And now we will come to number 3. We will come to it. These are some of the verses that we mentioned earlier. We will come to number 3. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam tells the Sahaba, after he migrates to Medina, after the Qibla changes, he tells the Sahaba you should only set out to 3 places to visit for the sake of worship. Al-Masjid al-Haram, and this is the narration by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri in Muslim and Bukhari. He says, لا تشد الرحال إلا إلى 3. المسجد الحرام, المسجد الأقصى, and my masjid. These 3 masajid, you should set out and visit. You should not pack your bags for the sake of visiting a place to pray, except to these 3 places. And the reward in these masajid is multiplied hundreds or thousands or hundreds or thousands of times. And Rasulullah tried to connect the Sahaba even in starting their Hajj or Umrah by starting it from a Masjid al-Aqsa, which Rasulullah did not reserve to any other place except to that place. And he grants, Rasulullah says, there is great reward if you do that. Now, Rasulullah connected the Sahaba spiritually. We said, how can we connect ourselves spiritually to Bayt al-Maqdis? What did we say we will do? Everyone has smartphones? Yes? Everyone has a phone number? If you make a note of these things, because sometimes the information may make you forget each other. So if you think, what action will I learn from this lecture? How will it affect my relationship with the Masjid al-Aqsa? And how will I understand the Masjid al-Aqsa better? And make a note of these things. Spiritually, we said, can we change the Qibla and pray towards Bayt al-Maqdis? We cannot. How can we connect ourselves spiritually to a Bayt al-Maqdis? Is to remember that our Salah came through that route. But let's take it into some action. What action can we take? When we make Salah, in sujood, we are closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes or no? And if you make dua in your sujood, Allah will accept it, inshallah. In your sujood, make 1 dua a day for a Masjid al-Aqsa. Then you will be connected to a Masjid al-Aqsa spiritually. Yes, Ibrahim? In your sujood, do you pray 5 times a day? In one of your salah, make a special dua for a Masjid al-Aqsa. And be selfish. In dua, you can be selfish. Say, Ya Allah, I ask you a prayer in a Masjid al-Aqsa when it is free from occupation. This means Allah inshallah will give you, Allah accepts your dua, Allah will give you a long life to see Al-Aqsa free from occupation, see the Izzah of Islam, and you are praying inside the Masjid al-Aqsa after we liberate. Is it a good dua or not? Inshallah, maybe at our iftar today, while we're eating that first day, make that dua and make it sincere from the heart. This place is the place where Allah accepted the dua Zakaria alayhi salam, and many prophets. Rasulullah says when Sulaiman finished the rebuilding of the Masjid al-Aqsa, he made 3 dua. He asked Allah for a kingdom that no one else will have, and Allah gave it to him. He asked Allah for wisdom, and Allah gave it to him. And he asked Allah, listen to this. And this hadith is Hasan, is mentioned in An-Nasa'i. He asked Allah, whoever comes to Al-Masjid al-Aqsa for the sole purpose of praying in it, he will not leave until Allah has cleansed him of every single sin. And Rasulullah Muhammad said, Ameen. He said 2 things Allah had given him in this dunya, and I pray to Allah that He would have granted the 3rd wish of Sulaiman alayhi salam. So 2 prophets have made dua. If you enter Al-Aqsa for the sole purpose of praying inside the Masjid Al-Aqsa, Allah will cleanse you of every sin. Where is this other place where this can happen? In Mecca. When you go on Hajj, and you have Hajj Mabrur, Allah will cleanse you of all sins. You see how close Al-Aqsa and the Masjid Al-Haram are? They are, when I said they are twins, they are twins. This was the first Qibla, this became the Kaaba, became the second Qibla. Al-Masjid Al-Haram, the Kaaba was the first Masjid, Al-Aqsa is the second Masjid. You see how they rotate, and how in one Allah will forgive you all your sin, in the other one if you make Hajj sincerely, Allah will forgive you of all your sins. You see how Allah mentions them in exactly the same verse in the Quran. You see how intertwined they are, but we seem to have forgotten Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa in our time, unfortunately. And this is why we are trying to remember what it means. So we said the first action we will pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to connect ourselves spiritually. The second action, my brothers, and if you make a note of this on your phones, is to connect our hearts religiously to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. How can we do that? How can we do that? Understand the stories of the prophets. The night journey, the virtues of Bayt al-Maqdis. Read the hadith of Bayt al-Maqdis. This will connect you to this place and connect your heart to this place like the Sahaba were connected to this place. We will not be able to liberate the Masjid al-Aqsa until our souls are connected through dua, until our hearts are connected through understanding and learning about the Masjid al-Aqsa and its virtues, and until our minds are connected through politics. You might think, what does politics to do with this? I will come to that in 2 seconds, in 2 minutes. First, let's have a little mental break. Does anyone here watch football? There's a European something going on? European Cup, European League. Who was playing yesterday? Was anyone playing yesterday, or was England playing?
Spain and Turkey yesterday.
Yesterday, Spain and Turkey. What was the score?
3-0.
3-0 to Spain. Who's playing today or tomorrow? Okay. If I told you before the match between Spain and Turkey that this match is fixed. This match is fixed. The Turks sat with the Spanish, and there was lots of money, like some cricket games. You know the way things go. There was some money going around, and they decided, okay, the Turkish team is strong, but we're going to lose 3-0 to Spain. And if I told you this, and I tell you I was sitting in the meeting when this decision was taken, and I'm 100% certain, and hypothetically speaking, betting is not haram. Would you bet your money on this or not?
Yeah.
We will. Maybe some brothers will say, well, Khalid has always told us the truth. Khalid does not lie about this. He goes to his wife, takes the gold, sells the gold, and then £1,000 will become 10,000. This is what Abu Bakr as-Siddiq did, to link himself to this land. This is in the Meccan period before betting was made haram. Betting, by the way, today is haram 100%, so don't go and bet on the next match. It is haram, haram, haram. There's nothing the same as halal today. But how Abu Bakr did it? Abu Bakr, these verses were revealed in the Quran in the year 614. After Umar accepted Islam, some verses were revealed about the Romans and the Persians. What are the Sahaba to do with the Romans or the Persians? They are persecuted in Mecca and the Quran is talking about a war far away. What are they to do with this war? Does it make any sense? Sumayya was just killed and the Quran is talking about Alif Lam Mim, Ghulibat al-Rum. The Romans have been defeated. But not in Damascus, not in Alexandria, not in Egypt, not in Iraq, not in Iran, the Quran mentions Adna al-Ard. It is connected to the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. When they were defeated, close to the land of Bayt al-Maqdis, the verses came down. And the idea is to connect the Sahaba politically with what is going on in that land. The verses continue, وَهُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ غَلَبِهِمْ سَيَغْلِبُونَ. And within a few years, they shall be victorious. The Romans. At that time, no one believed this. Because the Persians had come from Iran, took Iraq, took all of Syria, took Palestine, took Egypt, and were marching through Turkey to go to where? To Constantinople, and they were going to wipe everything out. So the people of Mecca started taunting the Muslims. And they said to the Muslims in Mecca, they said, look, people like us, what are the Persians? What is their religion? Zoroastrians. They worship what? The fire. And the people of Mecca worship what? Idols. They said, people like us defeated people like you. And we will wipe you out like they wiped them out. So Abu Bakr as-Siddiq said to them, to the kuffar of Mecca, he said, no, Wallahi, I swear by Allah that we will be victorious within 3 years. They said, put your money where your mouth is. Meaning, make a bet. You want to bet? You want to bet? Go on. He said 10 camels. Shake the deal, 10 camels, 3 years. He goes back to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And he's in the company of Rasulullah. He says to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ya Rasulullah, I did so and so. Rasulullah said, why Abu Bakr? You said 3. He says, Allah says in the Quran, in a few years. He said, Abu Bakr, go back and change your bet. Increase the wager and increase the number of years. Bid'a in Arabic means between 3 and 10. Abu Bakr goes back and they say, you've changed your mind. He said, no, let's increase it. Let's make it 100 red Ferraris, 100 red camels. And at that time, the red camels were the best. 100 red camels, in 9 years they will be victorious. What did this do to Abu Bakr and the Sahaba? It connected them. Their money is on this. So anyone coming from Sham or Bayt al-Maqdis, Abu Bakr will go to the caravans and ask him, what happened? Has there been a new war? What is going on? You get how the Sahaba are now connected to this land? Connected to this land in 3 ways. We will not liberate the Masjid Aqsa until we follow the footsteps of the Sahaba. This was exactly the same way Salah ad-Din and his teacher Nuruddin did. Connecting the people to this land in these different ways. After this came the night journey. The Sahaba are already connected to this place, and the night journey comes at the most difficult time of the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And without going into too much detail, Rasulullah comes and ties his buraq to this wall, and then enters the masjid, prays 2 rak'ah, ascends to heaven, comes back, and he leads all the prophets in salah. After Rasulullah migrates to Medina, and after he secures Mecca, Rasulullah sends 3 battles towards the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. The first one was Battle of Mu'tah. Mu'tah is part of the Holy Land. Mu'tah is inside the Holy Land today. Today it is in Jordan, but in the borders of the Holy Land said by Muslim scholars, it is inside the Holy Land, inside the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. Rasulullah chooses 3 leaders to be the leaders for this battle. Normally, how many leaders do you choose for a war? 1. Why does Rasulullah choose 3? Because if something happens to the first, the second takes place, the second and the third. Which means that the war we're going through is a very difficult one. 3,000 Sahaba against how many? According to Al-Waqi and some others, 200,000. Every one Sahaba against 70. It is impossible. Even in Badr, Allah said, 1 against 10. This is 1 against 70. It's impossible to win this war. The Sahaba reach an area in Jordan today called Mahan. And some Sahaba say, this is impossible. Shall we go back? The leader said, we came for Shahada. We did not come for a game. We came for this. Wallahi, we will not turn back. Let's ask Rasulullah for help. It will take at least a few weeks for the message to reach Rasulullah and for him to send the help. No, we will go. Who was the first leader in this war? Before Ja'far? Zayd ibn Haritha was the first leader. And Zayd ibn Haritha was the adopted son of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Rasulullah used to love him so much. Rasulullah appoints him as the first leader. He leads the Muslims holding the flag, and he leads the Muslims, and Rasulullah is back in the Masjid al-Nabawi on the minbar telling the Sahaba what is going on. Today we have live TV. Rasulullah has Jibreel alayhi salam to be able to show him the land as the battle was taking place. He sees the death of his adopted son. Rasulullah went down from the minbar and took Zayd's son, Usama, and he hugs him and he looks after him as his own son. And he loves him. He says, Wallahi, there is no one more beloved to me than your father. His father passes away as a shaheed in the land of Bayt al-Maqdis. The second, who was he? The cousin of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What was his name? Ja'far. Like this young Ja'far here. Ja'far bin Abi Talib had just come from Abyssinia. And Rasulullah appoints him as the second leader. Ja'far is holding the flag of Islam with his right hand, telling the Sahaba to march forth, and he's fighting with his other hand. And what happens to his right hand, Ja'far? He cut off his right hand. And he doesn't shout and say, oh, my hand is gone. He's worried that the name of Allah on this flag will be on the floor. He holds the flag with his left hand while his right hand is bleeding. But he doesn't care about his right hand because it has already went before him to Jannah. He's holding the right flag of Islam with his left hand. Look at the izzah of the Sahaba. And his left hand is struck off. And he gets down on his knees and he holds the flag with no arms in his chest until he becomes a shaheed. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says from his minbar, he comes down and Rasulullah's eyes are filled up with tears. And he takes the children, the young children of Ja'far, and he hugs them and he brings them close. And he says, who will cry for Ja'far? And he says to the Sahaba, make food for the family of Ja'far today, because they will not be able, this catastrophe is too much. And he says, who will adopt these little children? Who will look after them? This is Rasulullah live as this was happening. And then Rasulullah says, Abdullah took the flag. And Abdullah, when he saw his two brothers in front of him killed, got scared. He took the flag, but he took a step back. He was very afraid that he was going to die. And then he said a very famous line of poetry. He said, أَقْسَمْتُ يَا نَفْسِي لَتَنْزِلِنَّ. I swear on you, my soul, you will go down and fight. لَتَنْزِلِنَّ أَوْ لَتُكْرَهِنَّ. Either you go down willingly or I will force you to fight. قد أقسم الناس وشدوا الرنة ما لي أراك تكرهين الجنة. People are fighting in the way of Allah and you hate Jannah so much that you're trying to run away. He said this out loud and he fought fiercely and killed him. And Rasulullah says, I can see their positions. He says, I can